Hi, I'm Lori. I own a financial planning and investment management company, and I give SignNow a 4 out of 5. When I was considering SignNow, I also looked at DocuSign and looked at HelloSign. Uh, DocuSign for me was a little bit too much, a little bit more than I needed. It is actually, I use DocuSign with my custodian for investments, but for clients, documents that just go between me and the client, SignNow was a simpler alternative, one that was simpler for them to access. And from a price point at that time, it was a little bit less expensive than HelloSign, which is why I went with it. So the reasons why I chose SignNow are the price point as a brand new business owner was appealing. It was not an overly complex program, and the types of signatures that I was needing to get and the types of documents I was needing to have signed. I wanted to be able to track the history on them, but I didn't need a very intensive sort of identification screening process or anything like that. And so it really fit the bill from both the price point. It was also extremely easy to learn how to use. I don't think I've ever had anything on SignNow that I was trying to accomplish that I wasn't able to do intuitively without looking at any directions or anything like that. The onboarding process for SignNow was very straightforward. As I mentioned before, it is definitely one of those products that I am not super tech savvy, but I was able to use immediately without really having to look into. The more I've used it, the more I have discovered sort of different and additional features that it has. I have never really had to work too much with the support. I think I had one issue where a client was not able or not receiving what I was sending them. That's the only time I've had to contact support, and it went very well. They were able to resolve the issue and get the document signed for me relatively quickly. At the time that I signed up for SignNow, they had a free trial related to it, and so I took advantage of that and had taken advantage of it with a couple of other electronic signature companies as well. The biggest thing for me with SignNow, one of the things that I really, really like about it is it does allow me to create templates with signatures in them. So if that's something that you need, where you need to send the same document over and over and over again to your various clients, it works really well for that. It is fairly intuitive, fairly easy to use. The big distinguisher, like I said, I also use DocuSign, and the big distinguisher for me is this a document that really needs the identity authentication on it, or is it a document that is just sort of an in-house file document that I don't need that level of authentication on? And that's kind of how I make my decision about which one of those two things to use.